Good morning, guys. It's day 7 of Vlogmas. How are you? I am just packaging up some orders. Today I think I'm going to go out shopping because I don't know what's going to go on next week, if I'm going to be working again or not. So I want to like get out and get some shopping done. So yeah, I have to wait till the sun comes up and the store's open, but I'll go later. Had to go down to Fred Meyer and get some envelopes to put my watercolor paintings in case anyone purchases those, because I need to know the size and the weight that it's going to be so I can calculate that in my shipping costs. And then I did some shopping, so I'm just wrapping presents, and I'm being very careful so you can't see what I'm wrapping. The older they get, the tinier the presents get, and the more expensive they get. So Miss Bryn is trying to get us to drive up to pick her up from school. She comes home on the 15th. So she wants us to drive up. And we're like, Bryn, we already bought your train ticket. Just take the train. And I'm trying to convince her that it will be magical. And it'll be like the Polar Express. And they'll be singing and dancing and hot cocoa. This one's for Miss Bryn. And we got one for Miss Kerrigan. Every year since they were little, Scott gets them a boy present. Because we didn't have boys. We had girls. And he always thought it would be fun to have like trucks and cars and stuff like that. So today I picked up their toy from Daddy. There we go. And then Miss Kerrigan gets green color things. I'll put tags on them and I'll get Scott to fill them out when he gets home. Bryn loves little tags. So 2 green. And 2 Kerrigan. Oh my god, my craft room is such a mess. I'm freaking out. I posted all my paintings and stuff while I FaceTimed with Dad, and then I had my lunch while I was still FaceTiming Dad. So I've been multitasking. I have my paintings all up. I was going to post these little pop-up cards as well, and my double tri-shutter cards. I'm going to post those. And I think my storybook paper play sets. So you got to be careful when you go into my Etsy shop. If you're looking at these, there's going to be the digital version, and then there's going to be the actual version. So the digital ones are $5. These ones I'm doing for 10. So just pay attention to which one you're actually purchasing. I might do some online Christmas shopping. So yeah, we'll see how I make out with that. And then I got to go get Kerrigan at school in about an hour. And I gotta check my emails and see if I got a job. Just here with Kerrigan in the car. We're coming home from school. Welcome back to ASMR with Kerrigan. Stop! Do you guys watch those ASMR videos? They make me crazy. Oh, you know what we should do when we get home? What? Rent that movie that we wanted to watch that Bryn and Daddy didn't want to watch. With the what? The searching, the girl that went missing. Can we watch that? Do you know how it ends? Don't tell me how it ends. No. Let's watch that when we get home. Do you have a lot of homework?
Yes, I need to rewrite the 3rd paragraph of my essay.
Oh, that's it? That's all you had to redo?
It's an entire paragraph.
How big is your paragraph?
Enough! I've been working on the whole essay.
That's all you have for homework this weekend?
No! That's the bulk of it.
So you just have to redo that.
Just have to. I don't think you understand like the severity of.
I don't understand that I went to school as well. I've been through all this.
In the 80s, and you had like a 2.2, like whatever GPA.
Because I didn't have a computer. I didn't have the internet to help me with my spelling. And I had encyclopedias from 1968 that were in Great Nana's basement.
You went to school in a different country in a different century.
Yeah, it was hard.
Century?
Huh? I'm not. Whoa. Yeah, I did. School's easier for you guys nowadays. Okay, if you had to do homework today without your computer,
they wouldn't.
We had pencils and paper.
What homework do you think we do?
You know what Granddad still calls it? Fool's cap.
Uh-huh.
Does anyone remember Fool's cap? It was like this big long piece of paper.
Mommy, the curriculum you had in like the 70s and 80s was so different. You don't understand. You just wrote it with like in hand. Like
yeah, we did. We didn't have computers. I don't know how to express that.
So they don't expect that much from you.
When you got fancy, you got to borrow Mom's typewriter.
It's like...
No, but Kerrigan, seriously, take away your computer, take away the internet. No. How would you find out? Okay, tell me a topic you're working on.
Wait,
Tell me a topic you're working on.
Wait, you had your homework and your work and your essay writing was adapted to the time period you were
shaking the camera. Yeah, it was adapted to the time period you're in. Yeah. And your kids are going to do something different, and your grandkids are going to fly to school and do something different too. In their moon boots. You'd be living on Mars.
Man. The world is collapsing.
We're to stop.
We don't have that much time to reverse all the changes that we have made.
Okay, Kerrigan.
The polar bears are dying.
Kerrigan, stop.
There's no more trees.
Okay. Hey, Lorax. Tell Kerrigan what it was like back in the day.
And then you go to our school and do our work. Mm-hmm. It's hard. Live a day in my life, see how you feel. I understand it was hard based on what your experience was, but our experience is very different, and there's a lot more pressure. Okay, so what is the stress in your life right now? I need to rewrite an entire paragraph of my essay. Well, you're not rewriting the whole essay. I have, okay, what's all your homework for this weekend? I have a chemistry test on Tuesday. Yeah. I have math homework that I don't really understand because the 2 days of like the most important days she was teaching it, she wasn't there. And then I have a math test next week at some point. And then I forget what other classes I have. But okay, so when I did math in LA, I have to rewrite an entire paragraph of my essay and then make revisions and annotate my second draft based on what I changed to be in my final draft. And then for SS, I need to start an outline because I just finished my note cards. So I need to start an outline for an essay that I don't really know what I'm writing it about, and I need to have a thesis sometime next week. We did the same stuff back then. Math has not changed that much, has it? I think so. You do? Yeah. You think math has changed? One math thing that you learned and remember. Bedmass. Americans say PEMDAS. See, we called them brackets back in our day. Back in the old days, we called them brackets. But if you're having trouble with a math problem, you can go on the computer, you can go on YouTube, you can go on Google and figure out how to do it. You know what we had? The back of the book. Excuse me, at your age, I was doing all that. I was rewriting my paragraphs, and I had a job. So try and get me on that one. Where did you work? I worked at Burger King, and then I worked at Sobeys, ringing in people's groceries. After I did a full day of school and I worked till 10 o'clock at night, thank you very much, and then I went out on a date with your father after that and rolled home at midnight. And then I had to get up and work the next day. You're just blaming your bad grades on Daddy. My life was harder because I had a boyfriend. It was. Okay, so tune in for tomorrow because everyone who watches you is back you up because everyone's like around your age. Yeah, there's not many 15-year-olds watching me. So everyone's gonna attack me. Don't attack me. And my mom didn't drive me to school. I'd still be walking. I had to walk over like a mile and a half to school every day in the freaking snow. It's snowing in Dartmouth today, so if I was your age back in Dartmouth, I'd be walking to school in the snow. The only time I got to drive is if I had a dentist appointment, she came to pick me up. I had to walk to and from school, struggle in school whilst I was there because I didn't have a computer. Then I had to walk home. Then I had to either drive my bike or get the bus to my job and work till 10 o'clock at night.
and still have a relationship.
Oh, God.
And I came home at midnight and then went to sleep and got up the next morning to do it all over again. You get a cushy drive, get some takeout food on a Friday.
Did they have
We didn't even have...
Yeah, exactly.
No, actually, the McDonald's we went to, you had to walk in, you had to get out of your car. It was I lived before
Oh, man.
I existed before drive-thrus. I don't think I want to watch
School was so much harder because we didn't have drive-thrus.
So I don't think I want to rent a movie with you. Oh, that was the other thing! I couldn't have come home and rented a movie. It didn't exist. We had like 3 channels.
Can't write an essay because we only have 3 channels on TV.
I had time to write my essay. There was nothing to watch. Although Friday nights was Love Boat and The Dukes of Hazzard. That was awesome. And Fantasy Island. You know what? We used to have to do that by hand. Kerrigan's wrapping some things. I'm working on my daily drawing. We're just hanging out in the living room. It's a Friday night. It's the end of Vlogmas Day 7. I'll see you tomorrow.